Okay, that's the rods out. Still nice and early. I've chucked a roach just kind of off the edge of those trees there. There's a few more trees further downstream, always like that. And then a headless mackerel just in this deeper area here behind these trees. Just hoping that the pike will have tucked in here. So I'm going to tidy everything away and then we'll have a proper chat about what we're up to today. Yeah, feels good to be out though, bright and early. Good morning and welcome back to the DanGoesOutdoors YouTube channel. As I always say, if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe, then my videos go straight in your inbox and you don't have to search for me every time. But yeah, I am out on a river only for the second time this season. They've been so up and down and it just seems like my days off, even though I pick my days off now, they just seem to have lined up with all the floods. And even now I could still probably do with this being a foot or two further down, but I just wanted to get out and do it. So this morning, I've only really got the morning. It's a Tuesday, and normally on a Tuesday, my partner's mum, Mel, shout out to Mel, she watches Stanley while we're at work. But I've got today off, so we did a bit of a deal that would go halves, and if she watched him in the morning, when it's nap time, she's gonna text me, and I'm gonna pack up and go home and take over. So yeah, a little bit of a fast one I pulled there really, and I thank her a lot for allowing me to get out and do this morning. It's big girl season, you know, Kevin and Perry, big girls. I really want a proper pike before the end of the year, and to me that's anything over, say, modestly £12, something like that is a big pike in my eyes. Obviously the ones that are the high doubles or the 20s are really what we're after, but just a decent fish would do me proud. I would love that. I've not got long. I'm going to fish this swim and maybe one, possibly two more, and just hope they're down here. This stretch is kind of like my home stretch really. It's closer to home for me, and yeah, I've caught some big pike here before. Let's hope that's today as well. Right, I'm going to sit and watch these rods and yeah, just chill out a little bit. It's nice to be out early for once. Got to take on the left rod, I think. We got Tell me you saw that, right? Hook pings out, I just lifted the net and the fish was there. Brilliant. Oh my God. Had to do my other rod in a process, but we've got a relatively good pike in the net there. Early on in the session as well, that's great. Oh, brilliant. Well, since I wiped out both rods and I got my rig back nice and intact and everything, I'm actually going to put both rods back out first because that fish is happy in the net. I've kind of jammed it up against a little bit of tree down there so it can't get away, and then we'll be fishing while we're looking at this pike. But yeah, that's a great start to the day. I'm well happy with that. Fought pretty hard too. Let's get this one in and check it's okay, because I think it was getting crayfish. Yeah, look, the eyes have been eaten out of that roach already, but that's fine because this rod was knocking with crayfish as well, so you know, must not put the pike off really. There's a tail of something sticking out of its throat, so it's obviously eating well. There we have it. Yeah, maybe go £10 that one actually, 'cause it's got quite a belly on it. And it's got a big fish in it at the moment, so it'll weigh a few ounces more. That's great though. See if it'll let me hold it like that. Yeah, well, maybe not £10, maybe 9. Fought pretty hard this one, and the reason it came off was because it was hooked on the single hook. I had one of my single and treble combos on that one, and it just gave one last thrash and then the single hook gave way, but luckily it was already over the net or near enough, so I just scooped it one. Bingo, we're off the mark. That's cool. In the first peg, first cast. Yeah. Right. Let's hope there's a bigger one to come, because if that's what we're starting with, then yeah, maybe we'll get bigger. Right, couple of pictures, and we'll get it back. Whoop. Yeah, I'm down, baby. Leeches again. Okay. I've walked the fish down the bank a bit because fishing so close in, it doesn't seem right to put a big pike back on top of 2 dead baits and then it just take it again maybe. So yeah, snuck off up here for a minute. Only really 20-30 yards, something like that, if that. Fish is moving. Okay, let's just... Okay then. You get on your way. I'll get you that way round. Drop that. Off you go. Good kick. Right, and rod's knocking, but I'm not sure if I'm just getting crayfished hard or if it's a pike. I'll keep it, see? I'll keep an eye on it. That is getting crayfish to hell. Yeah. I'll stick it back out there because it's probably letting off quite a lot of juice. Well, that was a weird one. The fish, I think it was a fish. You know, it was running a little bit, so I let it run for a bit and then closed the bell arm, wound down. But I was just always playing catch up, and then there was just nothing, and then suddenly doom, and then nothing, and then the bait's gone. So I wonder if maybe it'd run under a tree or something. I was pulling it back out, you know, against the lead, and just, I don't know, very strange take. And I think ones like that you're probably never going to hook anyway. Like, it's just maybe a small fish that's just holding a bait and just messing with it, you know, gone under a log or something. Yeah, real strange that. Right, let's get a new bait on it then. Right, there we go. Oh, just round my mackerel rod in for a recast because it just sat there doing nothing. And sure enough, a monstrous signal cray. Oh, I don't even want to pick this one up. That's a whopper, isn't it? Right, he's got a one-way ticket, unfortunately. Sorry, mate. Let's get that mackerel back out. You stay there. Well, I've given it just over 2 hours in this swim and bites have really dried up, not even getting many crayfish knocks anymore. So I'm going to move upstream to another spot I've caught from before. Very conscious that this session could get cut short at any moment now, so yeah, don't really want to spend time waiting for bites. I'd rather get on the move and find some fish. You're getting crayfish to hell. Second swim, sun's out now as well, which is, you know, it's nice for sitting in, but the conditions earlier were probably better for pike when it's cloudy and dark. And yeah, I've swapped baits. I've put on a herring and a bluey in this swim, so the roach and the mackerel have come off. They both gave me bites, but they're kind of knackered, so they're on the bucket there, and if I catch a fish and lose a bait or whatever, I'll put them back out, because they're not too old or anything. But yeah, I quite like this swim. I've got a real nice long drop on the left-hand rod there, certainly. And that right-hand rod's just in front of some snags and things down there. Yeah, if the river was any lower, I'd probably whip one out into the current for half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, just see. You sometimes do catch one out, kind of the third to halfway across. You know, it's not all about the deep marginal cover, but I do really like that. You know, that's kind of my bread and butter really, is going along rivers, dropping baits close into deep marginal areas like this. That's where I'm most confident, and that's where I catch my most fish. So yeah, that is what I tend to do. Right, sit back, keep an eye on these rods, hope one of them goes off. I've spent just over an hour in this swim with no action at all, no bites, no knocks, nothing. So take a bit of a gamble and go and try one last spot before I go. I might only get half an hour or so, but I think it'll be better than spending half an hour here. Well, I only gave this spot about 10 minutes. It just doesn't really feel very fishy to me. Very shallow, not great drops, and yeah, this time of day I just don't think it's where a pike's going to be. So I'm going to do just 20 minutes, half an hour, just one spot further up. Hope that puts me on some better ground. Good morning, I'm back out at it again. It's about 2 weeks after our last session, and this will probably be my last pike session of the year. It'll probably be my last river session of the year. I've done another deal with Mel, so she's watching Stanley while I'm out fishing for the morning, and hopefully I've earned some brownie points because she had a flat tyre this morning, so I pumped all her tyres up and checked the pressures and that. So yeah, she did say, well, no rush today, Danny, you know, so hopefully I've got a little bit longer, but we'll see. I've decided to come down to the motorway stretch and fish the other end to what I fished last time I was here. So hopefully there's a big pike waiting for me because this is my last chance. And then that'll be it until next pike season, really. And yeah, it's been a good one. As always, I haven't been able to get out anywhere near as much as I wanted to. But this time of year, the pike are getting big. They're starting to think about spawning. So yeah, if I do get one today, hopefully it'll be a good one, but it can be very hit and miss this time of year because I might have already moved off to wherever they do the spawning, but who knows. Let's give it a try and let's hope we catch one. Right rod's moving, right rod. Oh, definitely a take. Well, you saw it, but the fish went under some kind of snag or actually some weed or something there. Tiny teeth marks, tiny. Yeah, I don't know, could have been a decent, I don't know. We'll check this braid and then we'll get it back in. Well, that happened really quickly. I'd only just sat down and I just saw the right hand rod knocking, went down, it pulled out the clip. But I think the fish had gone under the snag on the take. You know, they know what they're doing, don't they? This kind of happened to me last week, or week before, where they take it and then they swim under something. And I don't know if it's to avoid anglers, or I just think sometimes maybe it's to avoid competition. Like, you know, they take the bait and they go off and hide with it rather than let one of their mates take it. But yeah, we're back in. I've gone a little bit further downstream this time to hopefully avoid that snag, but I still want to be in that area if it's giving me bites. Okay, right hander again. Hey. We've got one, that's pretty cool. It's not a massive fish, but boy did it fight hard. Did you see that? It was holding like a carp or a barbel at times. And then I kind of missed it with a net at the last moment, but yeah, we got it. That's cool. Also, I can see that the single hook is outside the mouth, so the treble can only just be caught inside, which is kind of what I was aiming for when I came up with the idea of that rig. Well, I mean, it's not original, is it? But when I started using it, that's how I hoped it would work. Cool. There you go. That's a nice fish. I think I might have underestimated this one. A real stunner, like a young Burt Reynolds. Awesome. There you go. What are we saying? 8. I'll give myself 8 for that one. That's cool. Yeah, lovely. Great markings on this one. Get it like that. Nice. I'm well happy with that. Well worth coming out, and I've had 2 bites already. Hopefully there's another one on the cards. Might move swims, might put another bait out, don't know yet. I'll have a little think about it. But man, that fish is freezing cold. That is really cold. That's an awesome one. Just give you a quick show down the back of it, because that is lovely. I love those crocodile markings on them. Yes, that's a cool fish. Great head on it. Lovely. Right, let's get it back. Yeah. Cool. Straight down the shelf. Lovely. Shall we do a bit of rig talk then? I haven't shown it in the last couple of videos, but it's not really changed much. This is what I'm on about. This is my single hook and treble hook combo. So I have a size 4 single hook there. It's actually a Drennan Continental boilie hook, if you want to know which specific one it is. And that I just use a knotless knot to put it on. And I put a red sleeve over it just to keep it all in place and keep the line kind of going, or the wire going in line with the shank. And then just whipped on a size 4 treble at the bottom there. And yeah, it's just my kind of idea of cutting down on the number of hook points out there. And for a couple of seasons now, I've been using this on one of my rods and keeping a normal trace on the other, and I've seen absolutely no loss of fish, you know, landed. Last week, or week before, you saw that fish was hooked on the single, and it came off just at the net, but I still landed it. So yeah, it's all going well. Nice strong wire, 18 inches of 30-pound wire. I just like using a good old-fashioned strong twisting wire. You can use titaniums or whatever if you want. It's fine, but this is what I've got, and it's always worked well for me. Little sleeve there that covers the swivel, and it's one of these carp fishing style ones that has a kind of an angle on it, so my swivel can sit on that. That's a big eye swivel there, so the lead can move freely. And I just put about 6 inches of chod rig material down to a quick link that I put my lead on, in this case a 3-ounce flat lead, and that just gives it that kind of paternoster effect where it's stood off a little bit, so the line doesn't have to pull through the swivel in the first few moments of the take, because it can pivot like that. But when it does, because it's got that separation, it just moves so easily, and I get really positive takes, as you've seen. Nice strong, I think it's 50-pound braid I'm on there, and you saw me get snagged up, and I managed to move a snag and get out of it. You know, I used to use 15-20-pound mono, but I'm pretty much converted to the braid now. Maybe I still would have got that back with that tackle, but I did get it back with this for sure. So yeah, that's a nice bit of peace of mind there. As for bait, that one was on a bluey, but I'm going to now put out a mackerel, little headless mackerel there, quite a chunky one. That's nice. In my mind, mackerels and blueys are pretty interchangeable. They kind of serve the same purpose in that they've both got a really tough root in the tail there, which I'm just pushing my single hook through, and then they both have a lovely silvery oily fleshy body that I put my size 4 treble in. Let that sit like that. and that is perfect. So for beginners, the theory is pike tend to take baits head first, so you mount your hooks this way around, so when a pike comes, takes it, and you can see the hook points are in the obvious position to catch hold, as happened with that fish. It was just on the edge there. Brilliant. Right, let's get it back out there and probably recast the other rod. No more bites and no more fish, so I'm going to get on the move. So that was a bit of an odd take there. Rod tip knocking away. Hadn't pulled the line out of the clip. Got down there, pulled it out of the clip myself. Did kind of feel the fish, but as I did that, some slack line was released. The current took the slack line away, and then I lost contact with it, so I wound down. There's nothing there. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe when the current caught the braid and pulled on it, maybe that put some extra pressure on it. It's hard to say, but yeah, the bottom line is we've not got a fish, have we? Back out there though, so maybe it'll come back. Hey, well, not as big as the first one, but that's still a cool fish. I think we're talking maybe 4 or 5 pounds there. Nice, lovely stuff. It shrunk a bit. 4 pounds. Right, let's get it back, get that bait back out, and hopefully we'll get a big one before I get that text saying it's time to go. Nice, thanks for playing. Right then, go on then. Lovely. Yeah, that one just popped off at the end there, but we saw it. It was only a small fish in that kind of like 3-4 pound bracket. In fact, on the strike, I kind of dragged it back almost under my own bank. So yeah, only a small one, but man, it's good to be getting some bites, isn't it? Right, no more bites or anything here, so one more move for the last hour or so, then we'll call it a day. Well, that's the end of the session, and more than likely the end of my pike season. And let's not lie, it's not been my most successful. I think I've only managed to get out, what, 5 or 6 times, something like that. And yeah, we've had a couple of doubles, but those really big fish have eluded us. But yeah, there's always next year, and I won't lie to you, this winter has been quite a testing winter for me and my family. So yeah, let's just hope that the spring and the summer brings with us, I don't know, some happiness and some success. Yeah, let's leave it as corny as that. But this is nice right now, sun shining, birds chirping, and I am really thinking about carp. So yeah, that might be what I turn my attention to. But I'm gonna get out of here, get myself home, and enjoy some time with the family, I think. Right, I'll see you all next time. Subscribe for more to come, and yeah, good luck out there.